Hi, this is Josh Lane with Sensoleak Global, and wanted to walk through one of our case studies for a crude oil pipeline client that we have. In this data set that we obtained from them, they have a number of different data points. So you're able to get from them the flow rates, pressures, densities, temperatures, and valve statuses from their SCADA system. And it also contained a period of time of normalcy, so basically normal operating conditions for this particular pipeline, and then also another period of time where they had some anomalies. And this particular slide here walks through showing you some of that information. So this top plot here, this goes through and shows you a schematic of the system. So this is a plot that we created that helps us represent the system. So it shows you what the different segments are that we use for the analysis to help us localize where the particular areas of interest were, where potential anomalies were. And then also helps us locate where the different sensors are, so you can kind of get a feel for where the different pressure or flow or those various different things. This next plot is showing you the flow rates. The pump statuses, so we can get an idea of what should be happening, what things are on, what things are off. Again, just a quick sanity check of making sure that the data that we're seeing makes sense for what's going on in the system. And then we have here showing pressure and flow rates over time. And what we can see here, just by looking at this particular case, this example that we pulled here is pretty indicative of something going wrong. In this case, what we have here is we have nothing has changed with regards to the pump statuses, so we would expect that our flows should stay the same. But in this case, we got some pretty wild variations with both the flows and the pressures. So it's pretty clear and evident that something has happened in this particular system. And then also you can back that up a little bit and you get about a few hour notice that there's something going wrong, something happening with that particular system. Now, if we take this one step further and we take not only the analysis combined with the physical parameters of the system, but we take that and we apply some machine learning, we can look at this in a little bit different setting. So in this case, again, we have on the top here, other plots here representing the same plots for pressure and flows just over a longer period of time. And then we combine that with machine learning. And this here we're showing the residuals of that information. So what that is that's a difference between our model and what was shown in the data. So this allows us to look at what we expect to happen versus what actually happened. And we start to see here there's some pretty significant spikes. Now these spikes don't always, spikes in the residuals, don't always line up with the spikes or the variations in the data. So again, we can look at this and see different spikes than what we might expect based on what the data is showing us. And that's just showing you that some of these spikes that happen in the data are normal. They happen frequently. That's just what happens during normal operating conditions. So these spikes here, these are, again, some of the potential anomalies that are happening in this particular system. And not only do we get that few hours worth notification, but in this case here, we actually see there's an early indication that pops up. This is about 2 weeks ahead of time. And this was just one of the anomalies we detected in this particular use case. We also had a number of other things we found within this particular case that we show up here in the results.